Yo, what's going on, everybody? You know who this is. This is me, Trayvon Jones. Press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to my channel. And yo, I just want to give a shout out to my new subscribers. I have some new subscribers, and I just want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm not going to be on long, but I just wanted to just talk about this real quick because this is a interesting, interesting type of situation. Tiffany Cross, if you don't know who Tiffany Cross is, she is a news anchor. She talks about news and politics and things of that nature. Um, her and Roland Martin were having interesting conversation and an interesting debate. And, you know, I never really cared for her. She's not someone that I follow. I don't really, follow a lot of, women, especially women who want to focus just on Black women, who just want to focus on themselves, and want to focus on women issues and things of that nature, and don't want to focus on the bigger picture, the bigger issue. I don't follow people like that. I don't follow women like that. I like to follow people who are focusing on their particular groups. That's fine. But as a whole, that's where my mind is. But, Stacey Cross, she said, Tiffany Cross said some interesting things. And, one of those things she said was kind of disturbing. And it was the way that she said it. She said it like a mother would talk to a child, and say, well, you just fall in line and you just do it as you're told, and we'll call you when we need you, type of thing, when she's referring to Black men and when she's talking to Black men. And this is the issue that I'm having with a lot of our sisters, not all of our sisters, but some of our sisters who really don't know how to talk to Black men, but talk down to Black men, talk to Black men like they're children, and she was a little agitated and she was a little upset because Black men today are tired. Black men today have gone through 40, 50 years of child support, alimony, losing their driver's licenses, being arrested, put in jail, things of these type of things because, they couldn't pay child support or they were late on child support or whatever the situation was, whatever the situation is. These are the type of things that, have gone on in the Black communities. And a lot of women have weaponized, the system, being able to just, call on us whenever they decide they want to call on us, and just be abusive towards us in that nature. So a lot of Black men are just basically saying right now, yo, we've had a lifetime of this. I've seen my father go through this. I've seen my uncles go through this. I've seen my brothers go through this, my cousins, and I'm not going to go through this. You got a whole new generation of people and young men that are saying, I'm not going to be, a baby daddy. I'm not going to be a stepdaddy. I'm not going to have you take me to court where I got to pay all this child support and all these type of things. I'm not going through it. You got a lot of men today that are just on a different page and a different level. And that's bothering a lot of women. I'm noticing Black women in particular are being bothered by this, especially when we talk about the political aspect of things, because a lot of Black women are Democrat. And I can remember in the last election, I was on Facebook talking about how I wouldn't do the whole Democrat thing. And I was attacked. And now I was not only attacked by women, of course, but even men, because there were a lot of brainwashed, simp ass men that were following after women, trying to convince me and tell me how foolish I am for not wanting to vote for Biden and and not wanting to even go through this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I was told that I was just foolish as fuck and that's just silly. And I had a lot of men attacking me, but they were following after women. Well, see, things are changing now. You're going to still have those simps. You're going to still have those men that are going to follow after women. But right now, what we are seeing, men saying, if I can't get what I want, if I can't get what I want, then I don't want anything at all. I'm not going to help you to get what you want, because what we're noticing is everything is about what the woman wants when it comes to the Democratic Party. And men are just simply saying, you're not listening to me. You're not paying attention to me at all. And now I need to focus on myself, since don't nobody else give a damn about me, because we notice when the Democrats are running, black men are always left behind. Black men are always being killed in the streets by the police. We're always the ones being dogged the fuck out, being arrested at alarming rates and shit like that. And not only that, but a lot of our women weaponize the police against us. And we're just tired of it. So what a lot of men are just doing are just saying, well, we're not going to deal with that. We're not going to be paying child support. We're not going to be doing these things, taking upon themselves to be able to say, we're not going to do these things. But what is amazing to me is that Stacey Abrams is losing, and she's concerned. And some kind of way, they got to blame it on black men. Some kind of way it's our fault, because if we just vote for Stacey Abrams, then she'll win. She'll win. And Roland Martin was talking to Tiffany Cross and explaining to her the very thing that I just explained to you. You have to basically, focus on everybody. You can't just focus on one group, the women, and say, okay, well, I'm just going to focus on this group, but you need to just fall in line and everything will be okay. Men are over that shit. And Roland Martin was basically explaining this to this young lady, but she wasn't trying to hear it. And I want you to hear some of the bullshit and rhetoric that she was saying to men.
Black-owned media.
Absolutely.
Cliff, listen, I think Roland made a really legitimate point here. I will say, a lot of black men sometimes feel like they're ignored or they're put down, particularly sometimes even by black women in the media. So this is not that. But I do hear Roland's point that felt ignored. But you feel ignored, and then you go over to the other side. The oppressed feel oppressed. So then you go and try to align with the oppressor. So I'm not putting black men down, but sometimes it's like, well, some of you Kevin Samuels following Tariq Nasheed quoting people, please look at the truth and see what's happening and get in line with some of the black women. It's majority, like he said, vote Democrat, but that margin of people who could be plucked away from your people and go advance policies that harm your people.
She said, get in line with the black women, not, maybe the black women should get in line with the black men, or maybe listen to what the black men are saying. See, that's the thing. A lot of Democrats and a lot of women who are voting for that want what they want. They want the policies that they want. And when they come and call you and say, okay, well, we need you now. Here, boys, come over here now and come do what we need you to do, and then go away again. Come vote the way we need you to vote, and then go away. That's the kind of shit that a lot of black men are just tired of at this point. Not being heard, not being listened to, being taken as a joke, and here's the thing, it's not so much, that, a lot of black men wanted to vote Republican in the last election, but a lot of black men voted for Donald Trump in the last election. And it was like a late type of thing, because where they would have voted Democrat, they saw where that shit wasn't working for them. So then at the last minute, a lot of black men started voting for Donald Trump. But here's the kicker. This is what really turned a lot of black men off and said, you know what? We're not getting what we want, so fuck this. We're not voting Democrat like that no more. What really jumped it off was when Ice Cube went to both parties. He went to both parties and said, hey, he went to the Democratic Party. And he said, hey, what are you going to do for black people? Can we get some reparations? What? Well, they looked at him and laughed at him and said, well, let's get voted in first, and then we'll discuss that. But all the while Ice Cube was talking to black women, they were talking about, well, what are they going to do for us as black women? not what they're going to do for us as a whole, as man, woman, and child. Just what we're going to be, what's going to be done for us separately. And see, men don't think like that. Men are not selfish like that for the most part. We think as a group, not separately. And that's part of the problem. But Ice Cube went to the Republican Party and they actually sat down and, his administration and actually, listened to him. That's the difference. And that's why a lot of black men say, you know what? We see that we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere at all. So it's easy to say, well, you're going to go from one oppressor to the other, but you yourself are calling the side you're voting on the oppressor, and you yourself are being an oppressor because you're telling us just do what the fuck we tell you to do, black man. And black men are just tired of that. We don't want to hear that no more. So Tiffany, Cross, saying what she had to say, and being very dismissive and saying, we know sometimes black men feel like we don't listen to them. And that was just a clear indication that you just don't listen to us at all. That's a clear sign that you do not listen to black men at all, because you're very dismissive. And black men are just tired of that. At this point, we're not trying to negotiate. We're not trying to think as a team. We're going to always have that mentality because men are always thinking about others. We're always thinking about taking care of family, that's the way we're built naturally. But we're saying we need to get what we want. And if we can't get what we want, then we're not voting to help you out. So if Stacey Abrams is feeling some kind of way, and some kind of way it's black men's fault, then you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that L. I definitely take that, because we're just tired. And honestly, I've been tired. It was just a while coming for other men to catch up, and it's just a majority of men have just decided to finally catch up and say, you know what, no, maybe we need to kind of stick together, and maybe we need to start demanding some shit, because that's the only way we're going to get what we want, period and point blank, But, tell me what you think. If you're not subscribed to my channel, press that subscribe button, leave a comment in the comment section, press that thumbs up. And again, I just want to give a shout out to my new subscribers, the people that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. And I will see you all on the next video. Peace out.